It's week 8. We got a lot of recaps for you. We got a whole bunch of man crushes. We got the matchups you need to watch. Hit that subscribe button. Hold on tight. It's that Nickel and Down Show. Sean.
What up?
Week 7 is behind us.
7 is behind us, man. On the week 8, and I'm ready for it, man. It just keeps getting more and more exciting after every week that we wind up going through. So bring it on, man.
Your team keeps winning.
5-2, baby. Let's go. Putting that beat down on them boys.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Yeah, it was close. It was close though. 24-20 in the fourth.
Yeah.
I
mean, but as a Carolina fan, I'm excited to be sitting here 3-4.
Yeah, man.
I thought we'd be like 2-5, 1-6 right now. So I'm happy at 3-4, and we should have won. We should have won this game.
Yes, missed it by that much. I mean,
kudos to him for going for it. You know what I mean? Like I would have my Ric Flair boa and my Hulk Hogan sunglasses on if he would have made that 65-yarder, man.
Oh yeah,
he wouldn't have been able to tell me nothing.
That would have been big drip. I mean, well, not only you got to give a shout to Joey Sly because the coach had faith in him that he could make the kick and he just missed it. Right. So honestly, if he missed the kick, but you have to have confidence going forward as a kicker, right?
I mean, because it was straight ahead. It just didn't have enough oomph on it.
Yeah.
It was a 65-yarder, and he barely
missed it. So that's got if I'm Joey Sly, that's giving me confidence that the coach had faith in me at that spot to get it done. And he just missed it though. But I needed y'all for that game, man. Just for like,
I know, man.
I was hoping y'all was gonna help us out.
I know. Trust me, I was hoping to.
Yeah.
But just all those early games in general, man. Like I turned it on to Red Zone, and it was chaos.
Yeah.
I loved it, man. The Lions squeaking one by, the Browns winning at the end, the Steelers praying on some god out there in the kicking game that Gostkowski, the greatest to ever do it, misses again, and he did.
Now I will say that Gostkowski, he's one player. He ain't gonna be there next year, man. He can't be there next year, right?
Oh God, no.
He can't. I mean,
he might not be there next week.
Ooh, hey, like I will say, Drew, that like I did call that Steeler game. Like they were the Titans were a bad matchup for the Steelers, and the Steelers are rolling, man. I mean, stay tuned for that. But
I called it on my locks last week too. I was like, Titans gonna lose.
Yeah, it wound up being a closer game than I thought it was gonna be, and you definitely helped me out on that sell, man. But the Steelers they're looking very, very good right now.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I gotta mention it, Drew. You gotta just let me get a couple seconds. Brady goes crazy. 5 total touchdowns on the boys, 369 yards on the day, baby. Like, I mean, 5-2.
Playing.
Go ahead.
He's been playing, man. People knocked him. They're like, "Oh, look at Brady. He's done. Look at him. He's done."
And Gronk on the way back
too. He's come back firing.
Gronk heavily involved in the game plan the last 2 weeks.
He needed that.
Yeah,
he needed that.
Yeah, so he's starting to look like the Gronk of old. I mean, talking about Brady for a second, he was throwing some dimes yesterday. That bomb to Scotty Miller was a drop in the bucket. Scooter. But so I'm saying like he wound up passing, like having, I want to say everybody had a different TD, 4 TDs to 4 different receivers, a rushing touchdown.
Spreading the love, man.
Commanding the offense. Gotta mention Devin White. Inserting his name into the Rookie of the Year candidacy. 3 sacks yesterday, Drew. 3 sacks.
I heard his name. I heard the announcer say his name like every other play.
Yeah. He was, and he thumped Derek Carr too. Did you see that hit? Yeah. Quarterbacks don't usually take hits like that. So, but also
Carr's a different breed though. Carr's tough as shit.
Yeah, he is. I realized, Drew, that like when we were playing them, I have no problem. I have Derek Carr. I have no quarrel with you, sir. But when we play you, I hate your face, man. You don't have a very likable face. Like it's just
No.
Get a different face, man. Just get a different
face already.
But Brady
can I get some knock on wood if you hear
me? Brady, like he inserted his name into the MVP candidacy with, I want to say, the last couple of weeks. Drew, he's 15 TDs and one pick. So
that's big.
He's doing work. So I just had to mention that. I'm done. I'm off my soapbox.
I'll give it. Nah, man. Hey, be happy.
I am.
That's why we watch this game, right? So we can attach ourselves to one team and just be happy when they're happy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, so and enjoy it, my dude.
I am.
Not
I'm very happy.
To be excited about in 2020. Be excited about it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to get it in for as long as the NFL is going. Yeah, so I gotta pat myself on the back, man. Your man nailed that Texans pick. I 1-6 to start the season, and I called every single one of them. So basically, it just seemed like the schedule was too strong for them, Drew.
Way too strong.
Yeah.
Great team after great team.
Right.
And like you called it, this was a fantastic get-right game for the Packers.
It was, and they had them right at the right time, especially coming off that L from the Bucs and like a shellacking, a beatdown. But the good thing is the Texans do get a little bit of an easier schedule in the back half. But I mean, I hate to stomp a mud hole in the cliches, but they are who I thought they were, and I nailed it. So doubt. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Yeah.
Speaking of someone just being just sad, OBJ, man.
Ooh.
He was disgruntled before, and then he ends up leaving the game, torn ACL.
How does that situation play itself out in the offseason, especially now that he can't prove it on the field?
I'm just saying, hear me out. What if Cleveland plays better without him?
Yeah. Hopefully Juice will get involved, man. Like, hopefully.
Yeah. And those very talented tight ends. Like, I'm just saying, be on the lookout for the Browns playing better without him.
Yeah. Yeah, I could really see that happening because now there's no negative fallout, right? Like there's no negative fallout if he doesn't get the targets that he wants, all of that stuff. Now you don't get the dynamic, explosive offense on the field. His production.
He was having some great plays.
He was, and he was kind of an X factor type player. However they were using him, but they still have enough. They definitely still have enough to get it done, man.
Chubb should be coming back soon, I hope.
yeah, for your fantasy sake. I got a couple more things talking about, man. But Saints offense, man. Talking about that Carolina game a little bit more, Drew. Saints offense is lacking. Like it's not. They're obviously they're missing
with the numbers that Brady put up, and us only lose by 3.
Yeah. But that
says something in itself. You know what I mean? Like, he only missed, he was something ridiculous. I didn't write it down, but he did something ridiculous, like 22 for 26 or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, his passes were completed.
Yeah.
They just didn't. They didn't have a lot of playmakers.
Well, and that's the thing. So obviously we gotta miss. They're missing Slant Boy. They're missing him.
Slant Boy.
So you have to ask I gotta ask the question, right? Is Michael Thomas being out the reason for their lack of explosion? Like, is he the sole reason for it?
I wouldn't say sole reason, but I think he makes enough plays every week that we don't notice it as much.
Right. That's a really good answer because that's what I was like. How I would answer my own question, asking the question or whatever. And I said not
question in the question.
Right. Yeah. Inception of questions. I said not entirely though, because Drew Brees in the offense, they just they're not a deep passing offense anymore. Right. Like they just don't.
He doesn't have the arm, man. The arm. No. You can say what you want about Breeze, but the arm's not.
Yeah, they definitely run a lot of side to side, a lot of east west especially with Kamara. But
he had a great game.
He did, and I think he'll continue to. But I looked it up, and the average distance of travel of Drew Brees' yards, is 5.9.
Dude, that's running back numbers.
right. With your passes, right? Way to spin that. But check this out. Out of all the QBs, just to kind of drive this point home, out of all the QBs, guess where Drew Brees is in the middle of in 2020 with some bad quarterbacks above him. He is in between Nick Mullins and Andy Dalton in terms of average
you know
distance
how I
of travel.
feel about Nick Mullins.
Right. I thought you would like that stat. I thought you would like that stat.
Oh, my God, dude. Well, speaking of poor Andy Dalton, man, Cowboy curse.
Man, and I do feel bad for the dude.
Popped.
Yeah, it was a dirty hit, man. That dude should have gotten ejected, but
he did.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that like a lot of people were calling the Cowboys like kind of cowards for not stepping up for Andy Dalton though too. Like apparently nobody like caped for him or got angry or anything like that.
I mean, would you run up and push the guy? Like, hey, man.
I think people was looking for something.
Damage is done. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know, man. That one lineman for the Steelers came and tried to help Rudolph when he was getting a freaking helmet swung at him.
Right. Yeah. So somebody usually steps up for you, and I think that's why people were pissed. But I mean, you got to ask that question though: Is Dallas done? Like, are they done?
Did you see the poor kid that came in after him? Yeah, they're done.
But he
made that first great throw, and me and Laura looked at each other like, And then the very next one, he ran right into trouble. We were like, okay.
Oh yeah, nah, I didn't like. I was driving back from Georgia yesterday, so like everything I was getting was from like Twitter and everything, and I saw like the pretty good moments. I was still watching the game. I was watching the Bucks game in the car. Shout internet, being at 2020, being able to do that. But it was interesting, like keeping up with all the news and everything, and then seeing the highlights. But how crazy is it that Dallas is actually not done because they're in the NFC East, though? You know what I'm saying? Like they're still not done.
You can just say the whole thing. Like the NFC East should be done, but they're not, and it's very depressing.
Yeah. They it's kind of crazy, but they obviously the team in Washington beat them. And how boring was this game that I had to look up who played quarterback for the Washington team before we started filming. Like I didn't even know who it was. So
it was old Kyle Allen.
Yeah, your man's.
Kyle Allen.
Your man's.
My man's.
Yeah.
He's a good quarterback. He's not a starter, man. He's not.
He's a good backup. He's serviceable. Serviceable.
But I mean, is Cam a starting quarterback anymore? We got to talk about it.
Gee, yeah.
We gotta talk about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna save a little bit for that, just not to spoil it too much. But Cam, I mean, he got benched.
That was brutal, man.
Yeah,
he could get zero going.
Is Cam just disinterested? Is he just not interested right now? Like what?
I just don't think the arm's there anymore, man. I think he can't do the things he used to do athletically, and he doesn't know where to go. I think he's lost. I think he's a little lost right now.
Yeah, I know you would definitely have more of a keen eye for him because like you watched every single game of that man's career since he's been drafted.
He hadn't been right since 2015, man. So yeah. I don't know.
Does he have from what you saw yesterday? Does he still have a turnaround in him? Because like Belichick still gave him the nod, but like you never know what Bill Belichick is thinking though. You know what I mean? Like you never really know. So
he's got to get his passing under control, man. He's got to. Like he's got to. I don't know if he I'm never been a quarterback nor pretend to know what quarterbacks do, but he's got to work on the accuracy, man. Like until he can throw the ball and be reliable, there's no point in putting him on the field. Like because they're just going to pack the box, stop the run, and he can't do anything. He can't hit. In the last few years he has shown us he can't be accurate on any passing past 7-8 yards, unfortunately.
Well, he has to have somebody. Like I can't put it all on Cam because I need him.
No, I agree with you. I
need them to
no
have
one's helping
something.
him whatsoever.
Yeah, they're not really putting him in a good position. And you figure Josh McDaniels, but I mean Cam has to. It's got to be a good marriage. And right now, it doesn't look like he's also able to do the things that they need him to do. But they aren't really helping him out with the scheme, and then they don't have a lot of weapons. So, like, until I see something progress there, like, they're really – the Patriots are going to need to nail this next draft. Like, let's just go ahead and put it out there that regardless of what they do.
I don't doubt them.
I mean, they're usually – now, honestly, like kind of following that timeline, Drew, if you think about it, they usually get good players, right? But now – with their current record and their trajectory, they're going to be picking in a way different position than they are used to picking. So they're like the chances that they have to nail their pick way higher instead of just getting what falls to you. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like sitting there at 30, 31, 29, whatever it is. Now they're going to be sitting there at 14, maybe less.
I was going to say, you think they're, how far do you think they fall?
Ooh, I mean, we would have to kind of look at their schedule, I guess. But I could definitely see, Belichick being Belichick. I think he'll figure something out. So I don't think that they are going to. I think they may be third in their division that they look right now, like maybe third. So
I mean, they're not going to get worse than the Jets. I don't think so.
No, that's what I'm saying. So like, they'll be third. So maybe they'll be picking top 10, maybe top 15. I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we gotta say it, man. The Falcons going Falcon.
Oh my God, Drew.
Again.
Like, how do they continue to do this?
Such a watch by it now. Man.
How do they continue to do this? Oh, okay. So like, all right. So at this point, man, Drew, I gotta ask, man. Like, we've been talking about these bad teams for it seems like forever. At this point in Week 7, right? Which team do you think is going to get the number 1 pick in the draft? So I mean, out of the candidates, Jags, Giants, Bengals, Jets, Falcons, or Vikings.
Oh.
Right?
Oh.
It's a lot of candidates,
really bad
man.
Teams, man.
It's a lot of candidates.
It's a really bad team. I mean, until proven otherwise, i.e. a win, I got to go Jets.
I figured you might say that because they are pulling an offer.
Okay, let me flip it around on you.
Okay.
Out of those teams you just named, if you're Trevor Lawrence, where do you pray you go?
Good question. If it's me, like honestly, if it's me, I would probably have to say out of those teams, it has to be the Vikings because they're 1-5 right now. If they continue to
great running back,
right? They got Dalvin Cook. They have pieces on the defense. They have a good coach. Like that's the perfect situation. Realistically, out of the teams that those would probably be, I'm probably going to say, honestly, Jaguars.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't know.
They're already souring on Minshew.
Right. And then they have some receivers. They need to get the defense back. Obviously, they have to get the defense back, but they have a running back. They have a running back. Like, and they need the offensive line. So maybe the Giants but Saquon. You know what I'm saying? But who knows how he's going to come back?
Do you give up already?
On Daniel
Jones?
Giants,
you're going ahead. You're going ahead and giving up on him.
And you can probably speak to this more so than anything, but they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it because they got Gettleman, and Gettleman is as bullheaded as they come. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going to admit that he was wrong on Daniel Jones, even if it's for Trevor Lawrence. Like, let's go ahead and admit that right now.
He's their problem.
Right.
All in all, great Week 7, man. A lot of exciting games. Is there anything you want to throw out before we move on to Week 8?
Oh, definitely. Full stop right here, man. Full stop. We have to talk about this. So the Eagles have a situation on their hands, and we got to figure out what's going on because within that fan base, it is already a lot of people talking about getting Carson Wentz out of there and having Jalen Hurts start. And Carson Wentz, I mean, obviously he got the win, last second win, but he was, I mean, put it frankly, Drew, he was mucking it up before the fourth quarter, like in that last drive. I mean, he wasn't looking good. Jalen Hurts comes in, steadies the offense, calm, cool, collected, has productive plays, and it makes me wish that there were 33 teams in the league because Jalen Hurts is a quarterback. He is a starting quarterback in this league, and the way that he comes in and looks poised, and the way that Carson Wentz has been very erratic, I can understand why the fan base has a question in their minds, right? But on the flip side, I like Carson Wentz is a guy who has the ability. He has ability. And that's why I say I wish it was 33 teams, because Carson Wentz, in my opinion, is also a starting quarterback in this league. You don't get that team to that position, be an MVP candidate during that Super Bowl season, and not
playing well,
and not be able to command an offense. You know what I'm saying? So like,
is it the line? Is it the line letting him down? Like,
he just, I think he's been injury prone, and I think like hopefully it's not, I don't want to say he's seeing ghosts, but like he's just
like, please don't hit me.
Right, yeah. I mean, so close to Halloween. It's like he's just kind of erratic, man. Like, and he hadn't been really, he's been let down by injuries. The team has had some injuries as well, right? So the defense hasn't been as good. They haven't been able to keep themselves in games by giving up yards. So it's a combination of things, but it's a quarterback driven league, and you know Philly fans going to draw their ire somewhere, right? Like they're going to put it somewhere. So maybe a little bit is unwarranted, but you can't give, and also like Carson Wentz is still young, so you can't give up on him if he has that kind of ability.
Got a lot of money
like,
on the table.
What do you do? That's why we're asking y'all the question. Comment, man. Like, what do you do? Like, what realistically though? Like, don't come out of here with some crackpot theory and wind up on OWN or CNN or something.
Can you play both?
Put me in the get off my lawn crowd right now, but I don't think it can coexist. Like you need a one quarterback offense to me.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
What do you
works
think?
In college. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, it can work.
But a lot of things work in college that don't work in the NFL. So
right, yeah, and that's what I would be afraid of.
Right.
So, all right. Back to it, man. Back to it.
Well, back to it indeed. We got a Your Teams update this week, and I am loving it. It's from our buddy Alex Hofford. He's a Raleigh comic, all around, just fun guy to be around. And he is a Detroit Lions fan. And I can't even explain this one. Without further ado, here's a Alex Hofford Lions update.
Super Bowl, here we come, baby.
My man is feeling himself.
Man, he got away with one, man. Like they, I'll be, like just the smirk, like the smirk alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I loved it, man. I mean, that's true joy that a team brought to a fan, and I love every minute of it.
Super Bowl, baby.
Enjoying your Sunday, man. Yeah. We'll see you in the Super Bowl. Dude, I would love if Stafford and the Lions went in the Super Bowl. I know you wouldn't, because you got a lot riding in the NFC.
Got a lot riding on it. I would be seething if the Lions made the Super Bowl right now. I would be seething. Right? Yeah.
I can imagine. Well, thank you, Alex. Everyone go follow him on Instagram.
Good follow.
Facebook. Fantastic guy.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
I got a couple housekeeping notes real quick before we get into Week 8. Housekeeping. I'm pumped about it. CMC's back on the practice field. We'll see where that
could play Thursday.
Heads.
Yeah.
Seattle's Carson dealing with a foot sprain. He is week to week.
Yeah.
NFL has indeed finally fined Tennessee $350,000 for COVID violations. They could face more if they don't get in line.
Finger wag. Drew hit y'all with the finger wag.
Yeah. On a happy note, Ron Rivera finishes up his cancer treatment, so hats off to Riverboat. OBJ, like we said, torn ACL out for the year.
I hate it for him, man. I hate it for him.
Yeah. Poor 49ers still dealing with more injuries. Samuel, hamstring injury, likely out this week. And Wilson, who was having a hell of a game, is probably headed to IR with a high ankle sprain. And last but not least, Kenyon Drake has a slight tear in an ankle ligament. He is going to miss what the team doctors are calling a few weeks.
A few weeks with a ankle ligament tear?
Slight tear. Slight.
Okay.
He just needs a couple shots in the foot.
Oh, I bet.
He'll be back on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Like his old ball coach told him, just take the needle.
Take that
back
needle.
out.
Take the needle. Oh my God. Oh man. Yeah. Nah, he'll be back. If they say he'll be back, he'll be back. If LeBron say y'all gonna play, y'all gonna play.
Hey, LeBron said we gonna play. We
gonna play. So man.
Well, got a new segment for you, Shawnee, called Gimme 3.
Yes, sir.
Where we're gonna do give me 3 players of a blah blah blah. So I got one for you.
All right.
Give me 3 players, 3 young guys that are poised for a breakout.
All right. So poised for a breakout. Now, I guess we're going to talk about like breakouts from here, kind of moving forward, man. A lot of guys are stepping up, but if I had to give you 3 candidates, I would give you T. Higgins. He is definitely one. He looks like he might be that guy that they drafted him to be, the way that he's getting that target share.
And some teams passed over on him.
Yeah, and AJ really not doing it. So he looked like he's going to be a reliable receiver for them going forward, especially if he gets another offseason under his belt. This is his rookie year. I like it. My next breakout candidate is somebody who is very underrated and is continuously putting his name out there for possible Pro Bowl berth coming up here pretty soon. But Drew, you might like this. It is Brian Burns, the young man out of Florida State University.
That's my dude.
That dude is a beast and has been, like they told, like he is a monster, my guys told me he was going to be a beast. I watched the tape. I tried to tell y'all he was going to be a beast. And Drew, you see it every week. So Brian Burns
every week.
Next is
quarterbacks, man.
Like coming into year 2, coming into year 3, it's Deontay Johnson, man. It's Deontay Johnson. Like he's finally back.
Dude, shout out to the Steelers receiving corps, man. They're the lifeblood of this team, man.
They just find receivers, Drew. Like they just find and make receivers, and
Juju finally had a really good game,
right? And now they got Claypool, so they got 3 dangerous receivers. Juju not having to do it all himself, which is actually what they need him to do, like a la when Antonio Brown was there. It's looking great.
Sounds like your guy now, huh?
He is my guy. He's our problem. He could be our problem. I don't know.
That's your problem.
Yes, he could be. Hopefully he's not, because coach said if he is a problem, he's out of there. We'll see if that remains true to his word. But I mean, honestly, If I gotta talk about it real quick, if I gotta talk about Antonio Brown, y'all need to look out, because Chris Godwin does a lot of work in the slot. He has a lot of yards. He broke out in the slot. That's what Bruce Arians envisions for him to be. So where does that put Antonio Brown? Where he needs to be, on the outside. Who else you got on the outside? You got Mike Evans, who has not been getting that many targets, but it's because everybody's doubling Mike Evans, because
can't do that no more.
You can't do that anymore, and they're still trying to play that game, and that's why we've been beating the hell out of teams, because everybody else is getting involved. Brady has to throw it other places. And Mike Evans has been getting a lot of pass interference calls on him too when he's getting those opportunities. So like they're going to have to do something, man. They are going to have to do something, and it can't be double Mike Evans, because you with those top 3 receivers, you cannot double any one receiver. You can, but I mean, it's just going to not work out for you.
Especially Gronk coming back now.
Yep.
Come on.
Let's go. Let's go. All right. So I got one for you, Drew.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I got one for you. So out of a turmoil year in 2020, man, give me 3 quarterbacks. Give me 3 quarterbacks who will not be with their team in 2021. Who you got?
Ooh, okay. I have a lot of thoughts on this. Good,
right?
Good. First and foremost, bam, Cam Newton. Not going to be a Patriot next year. Hate to see it. Breaks my heart. Thought it was going to be a great marriage.
Right.
It was just a rebound fling, not going anywhere after that.
Right.
Patriots got to hit a hard reset on the quarterback position.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear Colin Kaepernick's still out there, but hey, who am I, Next up, not going to be with his team next year, Sam Darnold. Sorry for you.
I could definitely see that.
Even
it's about time.
Getting to the point, it's getting to the point where even if they don't get the number 1 pick and get Trevor Lawrence, don't think they're going to stick with Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
And last but not least, number 3, I'm going to go with Matt Ryan, not going to be an Atlanta Falcon. I think they're going to hit the ultimate reset button. I wouldn't be surprised if Matty Ice and Julio Jones are out of Atlanta next year.
That is huge. That's huge, man. I know if you was going to go there, but
yeah, man, might as well. You know what I mean?
How do they like? Do you think they hit a full reset?
Do you not?
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard. I know we're 1-6, but we're just a few pieces away.
Right.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Rebuild the whole thing.
I can see it. It like a new era in Atlanta, man. Like how, like if you think about it, like how long have they had? I mean, I guess like you're kind of going through it now. Like you've had Cam since you drafted him. You know what I'm saying? Back in whenever that was. 2011. So like now, I mean, when was Matt Ryan drafted? Like 2008, I think, something like that.
Somewhere
so, like,
in there, yeah.
That's a whole new era, man. Like I wonder what that Atlanta looks like, and I mean, selfishly, we'll get a good 2-3 years out of it, you know, like them being the bottom, and then we'll see what they do. But
that's what we were talking. I was reading an article today, man, about how Carolina's positioning themselves to like just be on the rise when all of y'all are just on the way down. So
unless they find quarterback gems, because that's where it starts.
Ryan, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, unless they find good quarterbacks, man, you could be right, but y'all got to find a quarterback as well. So, like, is Teddy the guy? Right. I don't know.
Man, we got Will Greer waiting in the wings. What you talking about?
Hey. Oh, man. So
talk about a quarterback not going to be with his team next year. No, it's so weird to have a player on your team you are just so indifferent about.
Right? Yeah.
I'm like, if he's there, cool. If he's not, cool. But just don't put him in the game. That's all I ask.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully Will Greer never sees the field, but I mean, y'all did draft him, so I mean, y'all throw something on him. You know what I mean? Like that is what it is. So, all right, what we got up next, man?
Let's get into week 8, man. It's the Men Crush Sunday.
Man crushes. I love it.
We saved them. We saved them for last time. So Let's start off with them. Who's your defense?
Defense. I like this. It's almost bad what the coach is doing to this, but you shake the team up, and now you got Aaron Donald coming for you. But my defense is the Rams versus Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins, man. Like
That's your first game.
That's your first game. You got Aaron Donald as your first game.
That's your first game.
You talk about seeing ghosts. I mean, you get a couple of sacks on him, too. We're going to be wilding in that pocket back there, man. Like,
yeah, man.
Throwing up them YOLO throws, man. Like,
Fitzpatrick going to be back in by the second half.
Yeah, so I expect Brandon, the Rams DC, Brandon Staley, to throw everything at Tua, man. Who you got for your defense?
I'm going just because I don't know what high school quarterback they're going to throw out there. I'm going Philadelphia Eagles versus the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's
what do you do if you're Dallas?
It could be a sneaky good pick. It could be a sneaky good pick.
What do you do?
Right.
Like I can't even think Janelli. I can't even think of that quarterback's name that went on the field.
I don't know who it was. So it'd be news to me. You tell me. I don't know.
It was bad. It was bad.
Yeah. So that's a sneaky good pick, man. Who we headed to next? Who you want to get into next?
I'm gonna go tight end. I'm gonna go for my tight end. For my tight end this week, I'm going every rookie quarterback's baby blanket. I'm going Mike Gesicki, Miami Dolphins.
Nice. Yeah,
I think his first game, especially if you're in a PPR league. I think he'll get some numbers.
Yep. Yeah, and they're not really spreading the ball out. He could be another breakout guy. Like they finally figured out that what they drafted him for and giving him volume down there. But Drew, we talked about the Browns a little bit earlier, but not a little bit foreshadowing. But it is Harrison Bryant of the Browns, my man crush Sunday. Coming 2 TDs, right? And not only that, but like he out target shared David Njoku, who they drafted. So maybe a changing of the guard there, right? Like
I did enjoy seeing some 2 tight end sets though.
Right.
Especially the goal line.
And now they're facing the Raiders, and the Raiders obviously got gashed by the tight end position last week. Gronk did him up, so like there's gonna be some space there in the middle of the field. So I like Harrison Bryant this week. Get him in your lineup.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, where are we going next?
All right, so I will take wide receivers for 2 Alex, and I'm going with Robert Woods, man. Robert Woods versus the Dolphins.
Ooh.
I expect Kupp to get a lot of coverages, man, and they're facing the Dolphins. So the defenses, they can be stingy at times. You know what I mean? They can be stingy at times. But I think there'll be a lot of opportunities for Robert Woods with Coop possibly getting doubled. So
I like it.
Who you got?
I go in DK Metcalf.
God, DK.
You see him chase down Buda Baker? Like,
my man He literally looked like he was running in the same form as the dude from Get Out, who ran past, you know what I'm saying, the yard worker and stuff like that. He was out.
He caught up to him. I loved when Buda turned around and was like, oh, you're here?
Yeah. I think the next gen stats had him clocked at like 22 miles per hour.
That's insanity, man.
That's insane. That is insane that a human being
because he was way behind him when he started.
Yep. He just saw the pass and knew what it was and immediately took off. Like he immediately
took off. Put his head down and was out.
And was out. Like
he was like, well, gotta stop this.
Right, yeah. you love to see it, man. You love to see it. Man. All right, so let's talk about running backs. Okay. Drew. Who you like? I think you're gonna like my running back pick. Who you got?
I'm going with a dark horse candidate here, man, because he hadn't really shown us much, but I feel like he's going to have a pretty good game given New England's problems. I'm going Devin Singletary, Buffalo Bills.
Oh, have not heard his name at all.
Right.
I might like your pick as far as fantasy-wise better than mine. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He's poised. I think it unfortunately might be one of those games where the Bills get a touchdown or two and then they just want to run the ball. So
right. Yeah, I could see that. So, talking about my pick, man, I honestly, let's get right into it, man. It is Le'Veon Bell, and possibly CEH, but both pretty much Le'Veon Bell and CEH, all of the running backs in it. Yeah, and the Chiefs, I think they're gonna split, especially his first game back. But versus the Jets, it's the Le'Veon revenge game, man. Of course, he gonna want to get off, man.
Storyline, right?
He gonna want to get off, man. It's Le'Veon Bell, man, and them Chiefs
and
running backs.
Andy Reid's just a sick, twisted dude,
right? And Drew. That's how I know he boys, man. Because I literally wrote down Andy Reid has a little bit of petty in him. You know what I'm saying? He gonna want to get it. He gonna want to get it for his boy, right?
Every big dude does, man. Yep. I can vouch. Every big dude wants to just be a jerk sometimes. Is that on a big man driver license? You know what I'm saying? That's part of it. Yeah, it's like you gain that last couple of 10 pounds that make you be a big dude, where you're like, wow, I'm just a petty dude now. Right. petty and cynical. I like it. Yeah, I like it. My kind of guys, honestly. My kind of guys. Who's your gunslinger this week? My gunslinger is none other than Tom Brady, bruh. It's Tom Brady. Dude. Yeah. For the second straight week, we got this. I went Tom Brady too. Nice. Because Monday night. We get Monday Night Tom. We finally, they just took a primetime game away from us, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, got flexed, huh? Got flexed. Well, because the Raider game was supposed to be Sunday Night Football. Yeah, gotcha. And it got moved due to COVID reasons, so they just took it away from us. So you're right, Tom Brady gonna want to shine, bro. He gonna want to shine. Monday Night Tommy. And against the Giants. Against the Giants, right? Against the Giants. So bad. Drew, and I don't know if you know, but I mean, gotta talk about it. This is just a little aside here. This is personal. This game is personal. You talked about how you can't wait for that. Right, yeah. Tom Brady may not know. Gronk may not know. Anybody who was on this Bucs roster last year, this game is personal. We want to beat them down. I hope. And talk about big dudes having petty. Bruce Arians did not forget. Matt Gay, he is no longer on the team. He's got. Right amount of pettiness in him. We're gonna run it up. We are gonna run it up.
So we're going to run it up. And also, like, possibly, in a side defense, get the Bucs defense in your lineup. They need to be they're one of the few defenses that should be in every week start at this point.
Destroy Jones.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's gonna
I
be
can't
bad.
wait. You love to see it. I can't wait. We got one coming for y'all, man. We got one coming.
Chris Mara, the hammer's been laid down. That's
Hey.
our resident Giants fan.
Hey.
All right, man. Next up, we got matchups. What's some matchup that Suds is looking forward to in Week 8?
I gotta say it, man. It's a very interesting power dynamic going on in the NFC right now, and this matchup is kind of almost as juicy as it comes when it comes to playoff scenarios. Which, hey, I actually have an interest in this year. It's the Saints and Bears, man. It's the Saints and Bears. Listen, I expect Slant Boy to play. And Kamara came alive last week, and I want to see how that Callaway injury plays out, because he was doing work for them. Like, I mean, talk about Drew Brees not really throwing the ball down the field, but what they do well. So I gotta give him props. He was a pleasant surprise. That said, though, Drew, the Saints are 17th in pass yards per game, so they're not really throwing the ball down the field. Kind of mediocre, right? The Bears' stout defense is top 10 in pass yards against. So, like, who's going to win that matchup, right? Who's going to win that matchup? I really kind of think this game is going to be close. I don't necessarily know who's going to win, but Foles.
How much are you hoping? That Mac
for sure
smacks Breeze?
For sure, because, like, I mean, honestly, at this point, for selfish purposes, I have to hope that the Bears kind of just run the division at this point. I mean, I don't care about the Falcons, but, like, I have to, because they beat us, they beat y'all.
They beat us, yeah.
And then if they beat the Saints, you know what I'm saying? Like, it nullifies everything. Like,
come on, make it better.
Make it better. So Foles has to lead the team.
Chicago.
Yeah, Foles got to lead them though. The Saints have defensive backs, right? Like, I mean, they have defensive backs who can get after it. So I really want to see how Nick Foles is able to get past them, and he has to do it. Like, he has to step up this game. I do, like I said, I expect the game to be close, because the last 3 weeks for the Saints, Drew, they won the last 3 games, right? They won the last 3 games, but they only won those 3 games by a total of 9 points in 3 games.
I hate them.
So
I hate them.
They're limping in, man. They're not really doing what they need to do. And the Bears defense is stout.
Still winning games somehow.
Right. And the Bears offense has to put it together, but that's a big if. That's a big if. So that's what I got for my matchup, Drew. Who do you got for your first matchup week?
Let's just go.
Go ahead.
Let's talk about the big blockbuster that is Pittsburgh Steelers at Baltimore Ravens.
Juicy matchup.
Woo!
Yeah.
We were talking about it, man. We talked about it last week. Steelers. Do you still make that statement after that Tennessee win? Are they the best team in their division?
Honestly, Drew, if I gotta say it right now before you get into it, I think Steelers win this game, man. I think the Steelers win the game. I think they do.
Yeah, I think Lamar needs a little bit more help in the passing game, man. I think they key in on the run.
Yep.
And I mean, you see what they did to Derrick Henry.
Exactly, and that's why I think they win the game. That's why I think TJ Watt is a monster, man. Like,
oh my god,
that dude is a monster. Like, not only against not only is he a rusher, but even as a smaller defensive end, he still get knifes right in there to stop the run.
Right.
Tackle for loss machine. I love TJ Watt, man.
It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
So I agree with you, man. I think the Steelers win this game.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. I mean, but
I love Baltimore.
Yeah. How do they get past what does Baltimore have to do? Because, like I said, I think they're going to key in a run.
Balanced offense.
Who's going to step up? I mean, is it Hollywood Brown? Is it who is?
I think it's got to be a combo of Hollywood and Mark Andrews.
It has to be. I think it has to be.
I think if both of them show up and have a great game, if one of them can get 100 yards, the other get like 70, 80.
They need a third.
This is a whole different ball game, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
With the defense, it helps, but I think they're still going to need a third guy. I still think they're going to need a third guy because, like,
who is that third guy though?
Right, exactly. Because
you can the other tight end,
right? You can scheme up a way to stop one guy. You can possibly scheme up a way to stop two if you have a lot of ways to do so. Who's going to be the third guy? Like, who's going to be the third guy?
Get a third guy.
So
what's your other matchup for the week?
So my next matchup this week is none other than San Francisco and Seattle. Drew, San Francisco.
Divisional.
The Niners, baby. The Niners. Yeah, Niners. San Francisco, like, they continue to be to basically freezing cold takes everybody. Like, I mean, I left them for dead. You left them for dead. National media left them for dead. Like, they just continue to beat teams after they've been buried, man. Like, and
I mean, is Seattle limping from that Cardinals win? You know what I mean? Like, does that hurt them or motivate?
Or that Cardinals lost.
You know
the Cardinals lost. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I meant. The Cardinals winning.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got you. So
I did word that wrong.
No, you're fine, man. Jimmy G, but like he does just enough, but the defense is still getting it done. The scheme, honestly, you got to give a shout out to Shanahan, man. The scheme is really like insert a player goes off, like Jeff Wilson,
right?
Jeff Wilson, like get him in your fantasy lineups,
right?
I really love the way that they
wrong
do it.
one. I picked up Hasty, which might work now. You know,
you picked up one of their running backs.
Yeah, I picked up the wrong one.
Oh my god. But yeah, so like I love the way that Shanahan schemes his wide receivers. Shout out to Brandon Ayuk, my guy. They just insert running backs, but the problem here is Jimmy G is out of the starting quarterbacks, he's still 27th in pass yards. Like, out of all the quarterbacks, that's a problem.
27th?
That's a problem.
Oof.
But the offense as a whole is 7th in pass yards per game, right? So, like, it's the scheme. It's
CJ Beathard?
But it's the running backs, too. So, like, they're still getting it done there, even with all the injuries that they lost. They're doing it on both sides. So, like, offensively, even though they're 7th in pass yards, they're 5th in total yards per game, Drew. And on defense, they're 3rd in total yards against. So their defense
Talk about
is stout.
Insert a player goes off.
Yeah.
That defense, man. That defense feels like it doesn't miss a beat. When superstars aren't there. It's crazy.
And that's what they're continuing to do, man. I mean, like you can't be 3rd overall in total yards against per game and then not be a stout defense, even without all those players. So Seattle though is kind of like a tale of two cities. So you know their offense is going off, right? Lockett, obviously. DK, probably one of the best receivers in the game.
50 fantasy points, man.
A monster, right? Like, and Lockett can do that to you. So, while their offense is hot, bro, their defense is honestly 32nd. They're last in the league in yards against per game. So
the defense.
Their defense.
I didn't see that coming.
Right,
wow.
Their defense is not good, man. They have no pass rush. It's not working out for them. I don't know what they're doing.
They got to get Adams back on the field.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, man. But it's
I didn't know it was that bad.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. So that's a stat, maybe a hidden stat a lot of people didn't know. But
blew my mind.
This is the thing. Like, I honestly think San Fran might take this game, man. Like the way that their offense is. If you have to get the San Fran offense needs to kind of take over. You know what I'm saying? Like they have to be consistent to keep up with their counterpart in Seattle. But offensively, like I said, they're 5th in total yards per game, so they can do it. They got to score and keep up because Seattle can score. That's the problem.
I think it's gonna be a shootout, man. I'm excited.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like with a leaky defense and a high scoring offense in Seattle and a pretty good team in San Fran, and then like this NFC West.
This thing's gonna be 6-3. It's gonna be 6-3, and we're gonna show back up here next week and be like, that sucked.
Yeah, probably so. But
no, I fully expect both offenses to go up, and I'm excited. I want to see it.
Can Jimmy G do it though?
48.
Yeah. Can Jimmy G shine in the moment, Drew? What you think?
No.
I don't think so either. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So
I'm still hating on him, man. I think he plays pretty good this week.
Right. Yeah. So that's my matchup, man. Those are my 2 matchups for the week. You know what I mean? I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Good week 8 slate, you know what I'm saying? Obviously looking forward to the Bucks beat down, you know.
I think we got a real winner in Raiders at Browns.
Yeah.
I think like I said, man, I truly think the Browns are going to play better without OBJ.
big statement, man. But I think you might be right, though. I think you might be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, next up we got locks.
Okay.
And someone is 11-3.
Yeah.
And someone is 9-5.
Oh, all right. I'm about to come back. All right, Drew. All right.
Yeah. All right. Them Cardinals, Arizona hurt you last week.
Yeah,
man. Arizona
I thought
brought shame on your house.
I just don't know what to think of Arizona, man. I never know what I'm going to get. I never, you know what?
That's why I stay away from them.
That's what I need to do is just stay away from them, man. I need to stay away from Arizona. Like I definitely need to because they're screwing me up. But I gotta come back though. I gotta come back.
Yeah. I mean, you look good with your Packers pick. The Chargers scared me, but they came through for me, and of course I picked the Titans to lose the Steelers. So I'm glad that held through.
Right.
Who are you picking to lose this week?
Who am I picking to lose? To lose is definitely the Dolphins versus the Rams. Okay. Listen, like you shake up the whole team like that, and like I said before, you got Aaron Donald as the first game. I just don't see it happening for the Dolphins. That's gonna be bad. Like, this could be a get right game for the Rams as well. To kind of cure all their ails. So I really don't see it for them. I got the Dolphins losing. Drew, who do you have?
Talk about the West, man. Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Winning in the West.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be a tough. So like the Rams, I think the Rams will get a win. Right. So if the Seahawks lose, what?
Is it safe to say? That the four, as of right now, the four NFC West teams aren't in the top 7 in the NFC right now?
I mean,
I'm just saying none of the other divisions really got strong 2s and 3s. You know, like
yeah.
That's tough. Like I would love. I mean, as just a pure football fan standpoint, throw in the Packers, Saints, and Bucks, and give me them 4 AFC West teams at this point, man.
That'd be a hell of a playoffs, man. That'd be a hell of a playoffs. Yeah,
right.
That would honestly wouldn't that really be it if it was top 7? You know what I'm saying? Because you just have to take out the Cowboys.
Right, like who's the 8th best team in the NFC right now?
Right, whoever, and honestly,
the Bears
say it
maybe.
It's the Bears. I mean, but I really got to see.
I still don't think they're better than the Cardinals. Like today, if Cardinals and Bears are playing, who's winning? I'm gonna pick the Cardinals.
Yeah. I mean, I would too, though. I really would too. Yeah. So.
All right. Sorry, went off on a tangent there. I love the NFC.
You good?
The NFC West deserves their due this year.
You're right. You're right.
Loser. I got some room. Oh, I'm going winner.
Yeah.
Okay, I got some
feeling
room.
Saucy. Feeling saucy.
I got some room to work here, man. I'm going Raiders beat the Browns.
Oh, yeah. Raiders on the comeback.
Yeah, I think Carr gets right and beats the Browns. They didn't impress me against Cincinnati. I mean, they played well, you know, but the Raiders are going to be a whole different breed.
Yeah, they should be coming off a loss. John Gruden was pissed. He was pissed. Like it was in that game until the fourth quarter or whatever. But I could honestly see that happening, especially with the OBJ news coming down. Baker, missing his first 5 passes, but then coming back and having a day. I could really see that happening. I think it'll be a shootout. I think it's gonna be a shootout. Yeah.
I think Raiders edge them.
Might be
must see TV. Guaranteed to win.
Who do I have guaranteed to win? Because
I'm excited about my loser, man.
That's what I'm saying. Coming back on the I'm mixing it up for y'all a little bit.
I like it.
So who do I have for my win? Drew, maybe I am getting saucy, but I got the Steelers over the Ravens. Yes, sir. Ooh. I mean, I just think the Steelers are rolling right now, man. Like I like it. Yeah, they're passing the ball well. They're running. They didn't run it as well as they did 2 weeks ago, but they're running like
Big Ben looks like he's just having a ball, man. Like he looks like he's on bonus time right now. He just like the look on his face when Gostkowski missed the field goal. He was like, "Ooh, wow, he missed that."
Yeah. So it's and of course Tomlin's coaching his butt off, man. So and their defense is flying around, man. So like honestly, that it looks like at this point. it looks like that the Steelers are just a bad matchup for a lot of different teams, and what they do well, I think what they do well defensively will stifle what the Ravens do well offensively in this game.
Yeah. I can see the Ravens offense getting very frustrated.
Yeah. And the thing is like in great battles, they just may need a round 2 in order to get past the Steelers. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it for them this game, and I could be wrong. This game is it could be close, but I think the Steelers win it in my opinion. So now
I think I agree with you.
Nice. That reassures me right there, especially since you're 11-5. So Drew, who you got for your loss this week, man? Let
I don't know if he talked me into it with the video. I don't know if I liked what I saw between that Stafford and Swift connection. Right. I'm going Colts lose to the Lions.
Ooh, Lions.
Yeah, I don't think Rivers knows what in the world is going on right now.
Right.
I say they lose to old Detroit.
Yeah. And Drew, that's kind of a crazy thing because you talked about, give me 3 quarterbacks who might not be with their team. It was really hard to not talk about Phillip Rivers, you know what I'm saying? Because he's only on a 1-year deal, but I just don't see him not being there, at least like as a backup, letdown, you know what I'm saying? Like as at least a quarterback competition, right?
I really thought the Colts would be better than they are. Which I mean, they got a pretty good record. You know, you can't say too much. They're still very much in the thick of things.
Yeah,
but when they win, they don't look impressive.
Right. Yeah. So that's a good call.
That's our picks, man. We'll see what happens. Who you got? Who needs to step it up according to Sudsy?
Nice. Right into step it up. But my number 1 step it up candidate, we can't dismiss this any longer. It is Sean Murphy Bunting, Buccaneers cornerback.
Calling you out, bro.
Listen, son, like I don't mean to call the dude son. Like, I mean, whatever. But
look, I mean, we're at that age. You can't.
Apparently, we are. It's so naturally flowed off the tongue, right? Like,
listen to me, son.
Right. He is the weak link in an otherwise aggressive, young, stout defense. Like, he is the weak link. He's been getting targeted a lot, giving up a lot of passes, looking just not confident. Not the way he looked. I mean, Drew, he had 3 picks last year. Like, that should breed you a bit of confidence as a rookie, right? That should breed you a little bit of confidence, and he just has not
make the step forward,
right? Yeah, and there's some other guys around him playing better. Jamel Dean, Antoine Winfield Jr. They're talking about putting Winfield Jr. coming down and putting him in the slot, and maybe sending Sean Murphy Bunting. Or that's the talk amongst like the Bucs beat writers that he could be relegated to the bench, man. He should definitely lose a starting spot in my opinion. So that means with that defense, you've seen how good that defense is.
That team keeps getting better, man.
If you're the weak spot on that defense, that means you're holding us back, and you gotta go, bro. You gotta go. So
you gotta go.
Yeah, he's my number 1 step it up candidate. So number 2, what you got? Patriots QBs, Drew. Patriots quarterbacks.
Just in general.
I mean, Cam Newton, like you was right back in there. Cam, you was right back. Like you was right back in there, man. Like, did you we just saw you mess it up last week too, man. You didn't do it last week. You was right back in the step it up candidates last week, Cam. I mean, what else do you want us to do here,
and
Cam?
Then Stidham trips on this first
drive
so in the game. Like,
they just don't want to do it, man. Like, they just don't want to do it.
Listen, how angry do you think Belichick is just on the sideline?
Seething. He is seething. And, like, you would never know it behind the same expression that he has if you were to give that man $18 billion right now. Like, it'd just be – it's the same expression. So you never know, but it's all on the inside. Listen, Drew, here's a stat that we got to talk about with the Patriots QBs. Cam Newton, 9 of 15, 98 yards, 3 picks. Less than 100 yards. Jarrett Stidham, 6 for 10, 60 yards, 1 pick. No TDs, no pass TDs between 2 quarterbacks. Tell me they don't need to step it up. Tell me they don't need to step it up, Drew. Are you serious? Are you serious? All right. Number 3. Drew and number 3, and this is in no particular order here because number 3 really might deserve to be number 1. And listen,
you need to step it up the most.
Do you know who it is, Drew? Do you have an idea who it might be?
Not.
It is Danny Dimes, Drew. It's Danny Dimes. Like, how many times can you trip over your own feet in 24 hours? Like, so, listen, so the 80-yard TD run to the house, untouched, can't close the deal. You couldn't close the deal. Then,
dude, the poor look on his face when he started losing it. Like,
my God. And he knew it. Like, it looked like he saw himself in the camera, right? And then, like, maybe tripped over his own feet or something like that. Like, yeah.
He was looking up at the...
Right.
Like, am I really... Is anyone behind me?
Right, yeah. I'm this wide open. That's exactly what happened, Drew.
They said he hit 21 miles an hour, though.
Bruh, out.
Bro, like,
that man was out.
Not under control, though. Like, yes, Lamar Jackson can hit 21st, but he's gliding. He's under control.
Do you think that he was? Do you think he, like, once he started to hit 21 miles per hour, once he started to lose control?
Oh, no doubt. Like, he ran. He's like, "Am I going this fast? I can't go this fast. What am I doing?"
So then, not only that, but you messed that TD up. You're now memed forever. Thank you for that.
Oh God, yes.
But you also lose the game. That is not the worst part. Then you openly get caught on camera partying in a pandemic, my guy.
What are you doing?
In a pandemic? Come on, bro.
Was there, but my man's on IR.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, and then you got a game to play. Like, you still actively playing games. You the franchise quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Shout to Duke quarterbacks. Maybe all y'all party like that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe that's the thing. He's like, I didn't party like this in college.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But Danny Dom, step it up, bro. We about to come for you. Go ahead and keep partying. Partying.
Because you can't bench him because you got Tampa Bay coming to town.
Yep.
You know
Go ahead and keep partying, baby. Hey, we like it. We love it.
Who's the Giants' backup? They just gonna have Gallman back there. Like, you're a backup running back and
right. You played at Clemson. You got a pedigree. Get out there.
You good.
Right.
Give Freeman the ball. Just let him run the whole lot.
Yeah. So,
well, man, that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it. We did it again. And I got to watch football last weekend, and I enjoyed it. And
nice.
Of course, the week where I was at home and got to watch all the games, they threw me 4 afternoon games, which I appreciate that, NFL.
Yeah.
So hopefully you do that next week again, because I got to work next weekend, so I'm only catching the second half of the day's game. So throw me like 4 or 5. All right.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. It's it is what it is, man. I hate it for you, man, but maybe the boys will get a win for you. Maybe the boys will get a win for you this week.
There we go. You know that's what I get to watch on Thursday. You know what I mean? I get to watch my team on Thursday, so that makes it better. Makes it so much better.
Y'all can't lose this game, man. Don't lose this game.
Please don't lose this game.
Yeah.
Drew, please don't lose to the Falcons.
Let the folks know where they can find you, bro.
Yeah, just hit me up on Instagram. That's the best place to find me. I check it more often. I'm trying to stay away from Facebook and all of its stuff. But hit me up at Laugh with Harrison. And as always, catch all of our past episodes and so much more at DrewHarrisonComedy.com.
That game.
What about you, Suds? Where can they find you at?
They can find me at the Kid Suds on Twitter, and at nickel_dime football on IG. Man, it's a lot going on there. It's a lot going on in the league this year, Drew. Like, and
we're trying to stay up on it. We can't keep up.
Yeah, in the crazy season, it's so much going on, man. It's just it's kind of crazy. But stay with us, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this thing going, man. Send us your team updates. Man. We love this. Shout to your guy, man. Like
Alex, man.
Yeah, shout to Alex, man. Yeah,
vibing, dude.
I love it. I love that. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, but Drew, you got anything else, bro?
I got nothing, man. We'll see you same time, same place next week.
Let's get it done, baby. Out.